a 9th Age breakthrough and circle deployment between Sylvan elves with a horde of dryads, blade dancers in the middle with a blade dancing BSB and forest guards, wildwood riders and Kestral knights, who were finished first with their deployment with Sylvan sentinels and pathfinders as well, and they take the first round. The vampire counts on the opposite side have vanguarded with their direwolves. They have zombies, a black coach, barrow guards,
Wargulf,
and a wargulf without any. It's ethereal for the purposes of battle reports. There's a barrow king among the barrow guards, and a necromancer. In the skeleton unit, there's a von Karstein lord and a necromancer. And there are more ghouls and ghasts and vanguarding wolves.
and wraiths. Og det der er zombies, forresten. De her som står der. Ja.
Zombies. The Sylvan elves move forward full speed except the ranged attackers. No charges. The magic gets up the oaken throne. That's it. And Master of Stone kills a couple of barrow guards. Then the Sylvan sentinels and pathfinders on the flank fire at the barrow guards, and together 6 are lost to the undeath of the undying. The vampire counts charged into the dryads with barrow guards, the black coach, 5 direwolves and the varkolek. They killed as many dryads as the dryads killed barrow guards. But because of their charge and banners, they won the combat, and the dryads fled on a rerollable 5. They were chased down by both the direwolves and the varkolek. So this is a good combat round for the vampire counts, and they have the upper edge in the battle. But they manage no spells in their round. The elven archers spread out in their turn and take all wounds but 1 from the black coach. On Sylvan elf turn 2, the spearmen, the forest guards, charged into the skeletons with the von Karstein general.
And the necromancer.
And they lost their combat by 25. Against the blade dancers and forest guards, so everyone crumbled, the general as well. So both armies have lost their generals, but the ashes to ashes test went very well. The vampire counts only lost a couple of zombies and 1 wolf. Now it's vampire counts turn 2, and both armies are almost dissipated in a violent clash. On vampire counts turn 2, the black coach charged the sentinels. They stood and shot and did no wounds, but they killed the last wound of the black coach in combat before any of the coachmen or vampires could strike. It didn't have an awakened vampire quite yet. but we did not allow the coach to do a vampiric save because he was dead before the end of the combat.
Which we think is the right way to interpret the rules.
For awaken wounds, for raising wounds.
For raising wounds.
From vampiric. The graveguards got
an even combat result with the war dancers.
Yeah, but they killed 5 or 6 war dancers.
Yeah, and you killed 8 graveguards back.
The graveguards have the upper hand right now.
And this, don't forget, this is a Varkolak or a Vargulf.
Who could forget?
Ethereal.
The ghouls and ghasts charged the 7 wildwood riders and killed 6 of them, but lost 8 ghouls and 1 wound of a ghast. So the combat was a draw.
It's looking really exciting now.
Yep. Nothing decided, as you should expect after round 2, but the 2 generals are dead. And the necromancer here in the barrow guards is the new general. I should try to attack him the next round. In Sylvan Elf turn 3, the archers, Sylvan sentinels and pathfinders in the back shot down 2 wounds of the Varkolak.
No longer an ethereal Varkolak.
No, we've got the model now, after a break. The spearmen and Kestral knights charged into the ghasts and ghouls who were in combat with 1 wild huntsman rider, and they won the combat. The wild huntsman died, 2 Kestral knights died, and the ghasts and ghouls failed their crumble check and were all left crumbled. But on the other hand here, the barrow guards against the blade dancers. The blade dancers fell to a man except the battle standard bearer, Blade Lord, who fled with 1 wound remaining. And he's very precariously positioned for the vampire count turn 3. They also have a zombie unit going up to take the breakthrough objective.
MVP scoring unit.
Maybe. The Varkolak charged the spearmen, as did the barrow guards. They won the combat, but the forest guards spearmen are steadfast, despite losing a lot. About 10 spearmen fell.
They're steadfast in the forest.
That's right. The Varkolak lost 1 wound charging in. The direwolves charged the battle standard bearer, who fled onwards. So that was vampire count turn 3. On round 4, the sentinels and pathfinders surround the zombies and try to shoot them down to get them from getting into the breakthrough deployment zone. And beyond all odds, the Kestral Knight charges in and manages to help win the combat against the barrow guards. All the barrow guards crumbled, there are only the 2 characters left, and the Varkolak crumbled on the side with its low leadership. We forgot the occultism gates of the netherworld for the necromancer.
Not occultism, just special rules.
A special rule for the necromancer, which means he can raise 1 wound each time he gets off gates of the netherworld from occultism. No, from evocation. From evocation, of course. And that means he would have healed the Varkolak and the barrow guards, so we redid that. He has some barrow guards left. But on turn 4, the necromancer first cast Hasten the Hour killing the Blade Lord Battle Standard Bearer, and then he did Evocation of Souls.
With 4 dice.
And he miscast, and he got a 3 on the D3, so the Necromancer lost 1 wound, and then had a detonation, losing 2 more wounds, so he died. The unit was reduced by 1, but he managed to get off the spell and got back wounds. And more barrow guards.
6 barrow guards were raised before he died.
Valiantly. The barrow guards finally won the combat. The Varkolak overran and caught the spearmen, forest guards. And now the barrow guards are turning to get the objective and break through without their necromancer general, so they're actually undergoing ashes to ashes now. The sentinels and pathfinders shoot down 11 of the zombies, so the scoring unit will have a problem reaching the breakthrough anyway. But they're keeping their arrows off of these guys for a change, and they'll only have 1 round left to shoot. So the vampire counts may pull off a march into the enemy deployment zone and get the objective. The barrow guards manage fine under ashes to ashes without a general. The zombies lose all but their 2 last zombies, which they may very well lose in the last turn. And now it's Sylvan Elves turn 6. After the Sylvan Elves archers have tried to surround the remaining barrow guards and the battle standard bearer with the remaining necromancer on vampire counts turn 6, they actually charge one of the Sylvan Sentinel units that came too close. Causing it to flee. They overran, and thereby overran into the enemy's breakthrough zone, into the Sylvan deployment zone. The 2 remaining zombies, however, crumbled, so they're no longer scoring. But the battle standard bearer and necromancer broke through. In points, the destruction was within 200 points equal on both sides. And the game ended there. The Sylvan Elves archers surround the barrow guards instead, shoot 1 wound of the war collect, and shoot 2 barrow guards. Now it's the last turn of the game. Vampire counts turn 6, and nothing is decided yet.